bunch of police cars like lined up, like, you know, in the street type area, type stuff. Well, you know, I just saw a bunch of police cars lined up in the street, and I'm just sitting there at the light, like, what are they right there for? Just, they didn't pull nobody over or nothing. They just sitting there. And then I turn my head to the left, and it's a whole building on fire, and it's a whole bunch of more police cars. I'm like, oh my God, what happened over there? It's not even 5 o'clock yet. I was like, wow, that looks so scary. It looks so scary to see a fire so close up. That was so weird. I'm like, I wonder what happened over here. Hopefully nobody was in there, but I doubt it because it's not even 5 o'clock, so a lot of people have been at work. I wonder. I don't even know what building that was I was looking at, but I'm like, wow. Today, I wanted to talk about this scripture that I love a lot. It's in 2 Timothy. So, the 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. And it says that the spirit that God gave us doesn't make us timid, but it gives us power, love, and discipline. Something like that. You know, makes us strong. You know. But yeah, I'm not quoting it exactly like that, but that's exactly what it's meaning, you know, giving us power, making us strong, courageous, and confident and stuff like that. And I really feel like that's really true. I really can resonate with that scripture now that I'm like starting to be so. I feel like God is really with me and inside of me way more than I used to. I can feel it based on. I feel that way because of how I act and how I operate now, and how I feel like I'm I have way more discipline. Like I know right from wrong, and I do what's right instead of what's wrong, instead of just knowing it and stuff like that. And I feel like that's making me way more confident and way stronger than I was before. Like I don't really do the things I used to do, and I know it's because I'm putting more effort into my relationship with God and my relationship with myself. Like, if you have a relationship with God, it's gonna automatically like roll over to all the other aspects of your life and make everything like better. Like, I really noticed that. It really like, because everything that we learn in the Bible is beneficial for us. So if we really, really have a real relationship with God, and really, really reading the Bible and really applying it to our life, and not just like saying that, you know, like a lot of people that go to church. I don't know if I always talk about church, but maybe it is some good churches. But for the most part, most people that go to church just go there, and then as soon as they leave, they like right back worldly. Like they don't really like apply nothing that they read in the Bible. They just like go there, and they think that is good enough. But that's not what the Bible tells us. Like, we have to actually apply what we read it. And I feel like when you actually apply what you're reading, that's when all the change happens. But as long as you just, you know, listen to somebody talk. Because first of all, when we in church, I don't feel like church is that beneficial from the ones that I went to before. Because all they do is get like 1 or 2 scriptures. They quote the scriptures a little bit, but after that they just talking the whole time. And I'm like, when are they gonna like actually like teach us something? At some point I'm gonna just teach myself, because they just trying to prolong the whole Bible and just make it like it's not like they're not like getting to the point, and we gotta like get to the point so we actually know what we talking about and like apply it to our life. But they be like talking 2-3 hours about 2 scriptures, and it's like they not even quoting nothing else no more. They just talk about their own personal lives, or you know, like stuff that that's not what we're here for. Well, that's not what I'm here for. Most people in church, they just, you know, it's just a bare minimum. And I just feel like when you actually read the Bible and really apply it yourself without somebody else telling you, you know, whatever you need to apply and whatever, giving you their stories and all that stuff that don't really matter because it's about you and your relationship with God, then you will actually see the how much growth comes from you actually really reading it yourself and applying it yourself. And I feel like that's what I'm starting to see. Because I haven't found like a church or anything that I like or anything like that. I just read the Bible on my own. And it really is making me stronger. And I really, really love that. I learned to, I'm learning to apply the Bible to myself independently. And not with like somebody else in the background. Because it just don't really help you. I mean, the companionship and stuff is the companionship that you get from going to a congregation and all that is a good thing, but you can still get that, anywhere. You don't have to be like at a church. You can get companionship outside of a church. And it, like, when God is talking in the Bible about church, he's not necessarily talking about a big place where he's talking about, people that have the same love for him. Like, you can have your own church with a couple people that believe in God and really apply whatever God is saying in the Bible to their life. That could be your church. That's still a church, even if it's not like a big place that's making money type stuff. Because all they do is making money off of you most of the time. And because you can see that that's what they're doing, because they freaking talk about the same two scriptures. They're not even talking about scriptures no more. After the hour go past, they talk about themselves. And I'm just like, I don't know about this. This is not really teaching me much. And when I go home, I'm not pondering what I learned, because I'm learning about you, and this is not what I'm here for. Like, I want to learn about God, and I want to learn how I could be a better individual and how I can apply everything I'm learning in the Bible to my life. So what am I even listening to you talking about yourself, your wife, and your life and all this stuff? And I'm like, okay, for 2 hours though, and we only talked about 2 scriptures, and then what you talked about barely even relate to what the scriptures say. So it's like, I could just do this on my own time, and really meditate on what I'm learning, and really like figure out how to apply it to my life, instead of hearing somebody else talk about their life and it's not really talking about what I need to know. Like, and I feel like since I have been doing that, I feel like I have been getting stronger. Like, I'm learning how to say no more. I'm learning how to focus on what's important, what's in front of me. I'm way more disciplined than I was before. And I'm really happy that I'm doing what God says is good for me. And I know it is good for me, because I could tell based on what's happening in my life now. Like, everything is going so much smoother. Everything is way better than it used to be. I'm way calmer. I'm able to focus in on what's really important. I do have more love in my heart. I'm not feeling angry and hateful and all that. I feel strong. I do feel powerful. I feel like the more that I act on what's in my heart when it comes to my belief in God and everything, the more I act on what I feel in my heart regarding God and the Bible and things like that, everything is way better. I'm way stronger. I don't really care what people think. I don't care about nothing. I just care about what's really important, my baby and God and my own well-being. And if I'm caring about those 3 things, everything else in my life is good. I'm caring about everybody else. I'm being a good friend, a good daughter, a good sibling. And that's all I can really ask for. I mean, everything is going good in my life. I'm happy.